Life changed the moment I began to pray for the health and well being of my enemies. Whew, that's tough. If you don't have gratitude, everything you will be a curse. But here's the thing, what if you are sad? What if you can't find it in yourself to be grateful for something and that happens? That is sadness. That is years of feeling helpless, years of feeling left out, years of feeling abandoned, years of being at loss. And that's very human, and that happens, and we understand it. But ask yourself if your hurt is hurting other people. Okay? The second you begin to bleed out venom, the second you begin to speak with words that are a little tacky and not so nice, all of that comes back to you. All right? Because the intention behind it might be that you're just speaking to speak, one, but you're not thinking about what you're saying. So when we zoom into the why behind that, maybe you don't have anything nice to say about yourself. Maybe you don't have anything nice to say about anyone. Maybe you don't have anything nice to say about life because you feel like life hasn't been kind to you or nice to you, because there's a difference, right? So, how do we fix this? Before we can get into the law of attraction, we need to sit with the law of gratitude. And how can we begin? How can you begin to practice this, even if it is little by little, day by day? Praying for others. When you pray for others, you automatically create a bolt. That bolt will cut through and beam through all the negativity in your life. So automatically, you will begin to, one, receive blessings, but also you'll be able to understand that law. But just for today, I ask you to just understand or consider that your words are power. And the reason why I share this is because my life began to change when I began to pray for others, when I began to pray for in a neutral way, right? I'm going to share the prayer that I wrote, one of the first ones that I wrote in my journal. But there are some people that are bad in this world. There are some people that cause pain. There are some people that, commit crimes onto us and all of these things. And I'm not asking you to forgive. I'm asking you to give it to something else. I'm asking you to give it so it doesn't sicken you from the inside out. So it doesn't rot you, so it doesn't create illness. So that anger, that sadness, that resentment doesn't live in your heart for the rest of your life. Because you deserve to be happy and you deserve to live a life where your heart isn't heavy and nothing is weighing you down. And I know deep down you are kind, and I know deep down you're sweet, you're gentle, you're fierce, you're intentional. I know deep down, but sometimes things happen and it's unexplainable. There's no reason behind it, right? So when we declare or pray or write down and we switch the energy, we can release it. We can release it from our story, we can release it from our pain, and we can release the past from our present. And that can help you move forward. So, if you can't be nice, if you can't be kind to other people, if you are angry, if you like to gossip, if you catch yourself complaining, if you catch yourself gossiping about other people or telling people other people's story instead of talking about yourself, ask yourself why. So, in these 30 days, we're going to practice no complaining, no gossiping, and nothing that is mean, okay? But also not mean to yourself. So, if you have nothing nice to say, just be honest and then catch yourself if that honesty has a root of your wound in it. All right? Because then you're not speaking from truth, you're speaking from your wound. And our wound bleeds out every time we touch it. Let me read the prayer that I did. At the bottom, I have, it says, I knew I was different. I knew I was different. In brackets, it says, life changed the moment I began to pray for the health and well being of my enemies. Whew, that's tough. Here we go. So you know that I'm reading it. When I didn't know what to do, I learned how to pray. When I was lost, I prayed. When my heart was aching and in pain from new enemies' betrayal, I prayed, pacifying the intense energy, the cord between someone who has hurt you. I prayed for their health, for their elevation, for their success, for their family, for their loved ones. I prayed the world would be protected. I prayed for their wellness and my forgiveness. To see and cut our differences, to remedy our karma and lessons learned, to balance our emotions. Life changed the moment I began to pray for the health and well being of my enemies. I hope this helped you today. This morning, tomorrow, we're going to have another piece, another nugget of findings that I've found in my journey on the spiritual path. I think it's time that I share how my soul got seeded into my heart and what it is to live a guided life, guided by heart, truth, honesty. It's not easy, it's confusing sometimes, but the truth is, we feel most at home and safe and all right in the world when we are in a flow of love. And I call it love because it is my offering and my giving, and I am all bits I am just full of care, right? I'll switch the word out. I am full of care. I care a lot. I do. I care a lot. All these papers, all these pieces of writings from my teachers, from some are revelations that have gotten epiphanies, aha moments from my classes from when I was practicing with one of my teachers, Guru Jagat, who passed away. So all these aha moments on my spiritual journey is my gift to you. So join me for 30 days and let's see what we uncover. Let's see how we can live a guided life. Because when you live a guided life, nothing can stop you. Because how can someone stop you? How can you feel bad about your life when you are living in your truth? When you are kind, when you are honest. All right? So I'll see you tomorrow.